So I went at the Roots Festival for 4 hours, didn't even get in. Didn't even, had to go back home, gang. Had to go back home. So this is what happened. This is the breakdown. So the night before, there was a tornado warning, a flood warning, and a coastal advisory. Okay, so this is huge to the story. So allegedly, the campgrounds or the festival grounds were covered. Okay, apparently there was massive flooding. There was mud. They gave updates on their Twitter like the day of, right when the festival started at 2, saying that they were cleaning up, making sure everything looked good, and they said the gates will be opening at 2 p.m. is what they said. Okay, so we get there about 2 something, and we're waiting in line. There's a huge line outside of the festival. We're like in the road, bro. We're in the road. Cars are driving by us. This line goes in the road. There's no security. There's only police directing. There's no like festival people guiding us. There's no gates to like tell people like crowd control you. Nothing, bro. So people are cutting in line doing X, Y, and Z. Then once people start moving actually into the festival, it was probably like 3 o'clock. So it's already been like an hour. Okay, it's already been an hour, and you start going in. There's like 2 checkpoints. I make it past the first checkpoint. Okay, we get to like halfway from the second checkpoint. I don't even know if this is to get in the festival, but there's a second checkpoint, and we stand there for literally 3 hours, no updates, not moving for 3 hours. People,
I'd have been mad as I don't know what.
Still trying to get in. Nothing is moving. Nothing's happening, bro, at all. No updates. Which is my main problem with the Roots Festival is that when we're waiting in line for 4 hours, gang, 4 hours, they don't give you any updates. I'm looking on their Twitter. They're just saying, hey, whoopsie, we're trying to tidy everything up. The festival grounds need some TLC. TLC, I need some communication. That's what I need. They didn't give none of their paying customers TLC. That's what I want. I just want some TLC. Give me a couple.
Just pay you some attention. I understand. But you got to do that. You got to at least do that. Have a nice amount of staff to come around and be like, yo, everything's going to be cool. My apologies. Here's some refunds. Y'all want some T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? I feel what he's saying.
Updates. That's all I wanted. So after like 4 hours, me and my family were like, bro, this is not worth it. We haven't moved an inch. Like, we are probably going to be here for another 4 hours. And people are saying that apparently at the front, they were telling people they weren't even going to get in until 8 p.m. I don't know if that's true. That's what people were saying as they were walking back. But even when I went back to the hotel at 8 p.m., I saw people still saying that the line was really long. People still weren't getting in. So I'm skipping day 2. I'm not going to day 2, gang. I want
just skipping day 2. Them tickets like $300, $400, $500, $600, $800. They said it's a scam. People pissed. People standing out in the rain. They had a tornado, a volcano, a sharknado. They said it was muddy everywhere. They ain't had no bathrooms. It was like the Fire Festival all over again. Bring out Ja Rule. And they had some big name acts there, man. It's supposed to have been Maxwell. D'Angelo canceled. They said he got fat again because he was skinny back, and then he got back fat, and he's like, I'm not doing this, messing around in this mud. I look like a pig. One lady explained her experience. It sounded like it sucked.
One of yesterday's Roots picnic was an absolute disaster. As you can see, I bought a silver VIP ticket. I flew all the way from LA. I had been planning to go to this show since February. The first red flag was when D'Angelo canceled, because that was the only reason for me coming here. He doesn't perform ever, so that's what I wanted to do. But it was a disaster, and I'm going to give you some highlights about what happened yesterday. Now, I should have known it was going to be a disaster when I got there, because, it was raining off and on all day yesterday, but it had cleared up for the most part by the time I got there. But there was mud everywhere. There was bark scattered in places, but it wasn't enough to fill up the ponds that had formed. I watched people pass.
Did she say ponds? It was forming ponds? They had ponds out there? You should put a little raft, a little boat? That's what they needed? Not a pond.
I watched people piss outside.
I mean, it is Philly.
I watched people fall down, lose their shoes in the mud. It was absolutely
ew. And them little ponds, little pissy pond. Ugh.
Disgusting. There was no separation of the lines. There were no clear signs. There was no staff out there delegating, where people were going or why we were waiting as long as we were. I waited for 2.5 hours, and the only reason why my wait was short was because I slinked my way to the front because, I paid.
She be slinking.
Too much money to turn back, and I ended up meeting this really funny group that we were chatting in line, but it was a long ass wait. I saw people turning around because they were over it.
probably was flies. You tired. No rain. It's humid now. And it's like a picnic situation anyway. It's a festival style. That means you got stuff with you. You got a cooler. You got a damn chair. At least you can sit in it while you stand out there. And from the way it looked, it was not even a legit line, just like a crowd in front of the gate waiting to get in.
To be outside in the rain, I dressed accordingly and expected that, but I didn't expect for there not to be any mats. I feel bad for anybody that's disabled because there was no accommodation at all whatsoever for them.
For real? It was no wheelchair thing through the ponds and stuff?
People jumping the fence because they were so pissed off about waiting as long as they had. I heard that there were people there since 10 a.m. who did not go in and turned around. It was absolutely a disgrace. And to know that Sean G., the organizer, Questlove, Live Nation Urban, and all the people that put this together had no foresight and had no preparedness for an event that could possibly be wet. Y'all oversold the tickets and lied about the accommodations.
All right, first of all, let me first we're not gonna talk bad about the Roots. I heard us take a little shot at Questlove. Let me first say Black Thought is one of the few 100 class strength MCs on the planet. What I mean by that is that there's no one nicer. There are a handful who have equal skills as Black Thought, but there's nobody nicer than Black Thought. So just know that when we talking about the Roots, we talking about a group that contains Black Thought. And shout out to Questlove, and y'all niggas remember the other niggas like Dice Raw.
I chatted. I saw one performance because everybody else had already performed by the time I got in, and the rest of the people that I wanted to see, their sets were pushed back about 2 hours. I hear Maxwell didn't go on until like 11:30. That's fucked up.
I had Maxwell too. That was gonna be a soulful good time, boy. It probably still was. Some people had a good time. Take it easy. Shit, she having a religious experience. She not even at the concert. She worked there. She got a goddamn flagger outfit on. Yeah, she's staff. Ain't she supposed to be working? All right, let me know what you think. Were you out there this week? And if you had a tough time, I hope you're doing better. I hope the next one is much better because people spend their good, hard-earned money. People spend good money to come out there, and I'm not going to blame it on the event organizers. I don't know if it's Live Nation. I'm not sure if it's, Questlove and the Roots. It's probably, or was it Sean G? What's his name? Perhaps it's a mixture of both, jointly put together. And I think that sometimes in show business, there are variables that cannot be foreseen. And I mean, a damn tornado. Come on, man. Cut him some slack. Really, honestly, it's a tornado. Goddamn, nigga, what do you want? Or something like it. A huge storm happened at a picnic.